don't have wipes.
Cleaner, thing jar.
This one or this one, and here's water. And there's a sink.
Okay. Ooh, fancy this sprayer.
The margarita is going to be hot sauce.
We have extra margaritas.
All right, one person's watching.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live. Okay.
And we're back.
Okay, take 173, and we're back.
Okay.
Now I'm going to show you the die set that I'm working with. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the book die, it's a book box card, and you get several pieces. There's actually 2 sets of dies. So the first one has this big guy here. You can see it will cut and score 2 lines there, and it cuts a big piece. This will make a 5x7 card, but you can trim it down, and I'll show you how. It comes with a bunch of decorative elements, and then you get a second die. That's this guy here, and it makes a bunch of little score lines. And you're going to need 4 of these, and we're going to trim them down as well. So I'll show you how to do that.
It's like a box card almost.
It's a box card, storybook box card.
Yeah.
Story, no wait, not story. I keep adding story. It's a book box card. Book box card. Okay. All right, so I have already gone ahead and I have cut 2 of my frames for the front. Let's see if I can pick up those score lines there on the camera. And I haven't trimmed them down yet. I'll do that with you. And then I've gone ahead and cut 4 of the other pieces with a bunch of lines. Can you see those lines there? We've got a lot of them. And I haven't trimmed this down yet either. So the idea is these will get folded up accordion style, and we trim them so that we have one going across, down, across, and back up. And they will be, like, since they're accordion style, they'll be in between and look like the pages of a book. It's super cool. All right, let's do this. Since we lost some time.
Did you have to show the stamp?
Oh, yeah, stamps.
Product.
Okay, so this is the Fairy Friends stamp set. Super cute, right? Look at all these little fairies. I colored and used a bunch of them already for my niece's baby shower card, which turned out adorable. And I have a few still here to use today. Look at that hedgehog. He's got flowers.
He's really cute.
Oh, do we need more lights? Hey, John, behind you, will you hit the top left?
It's fine, babe. Looks good.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind. So I've colored, no line coloring, 1 fairy, my little threesome of butterflies, and then the hedgehog. See those?
You do need a cue like that one of these days.
Okay.
Technical talk.
Yes, all that. All right, and then I've already got an easy light as well. So if you haven't seen easy lights, they have 3 little lights at the ends of a wire. They're on their own wires. Put the button in, or put the battery in, push the button, and you've got light. Okay, so I'm going to use those as well. Oh, and then I cut out some of the decorative, the smaller pieces, because I'm going to make this A2, A6-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. So I cut 2 of those. There we go. And I'll set those aside. Actually, this is the size, or this is the die that I use to kind of figure out my sizing overall. So I'm going to kind of just place it here next to my inner score line and then measure. So I've got 1, 2, 3.5 inches. And then I'm going to bring it out to 4. So 1/2 inch border, which means I want to give myself 1/2 inch here. And that's actually going to be 5.5 inches. So I'm going to trim both of these down to 5.5 inches tall and 4 inches from here, which this is an inch, so 5 inches. Give me one second. Cut them both at the same time so we know they're identical. So I'm going to make it, what did I say, 5.5? 5.5 inches on screen here. 5.5 inches. These are my score lines here. And then from the inner score line, from this line, I want it 4 inches over. And so that add 1 inch, so 5 inches total. Here we go. So this is the front and the back of my card. And I'll just kind of show you. I'm going to fold on those score lines. Luckily for you, Sabrina has a very cool edited video that will make this process go faster when you decide to look back and want to try this yourself. But you can see that'll kind of meet like that. And then our little guy here will decorate.
For the front.
Yeah, and I'll color them gold or something. And then now we need to make the inside of our book. So that's what these 4 are for. We're going to have 2 sides and then a top and a bottom piece. So I'm going to just cut 2 at a time. Now I want these to be.
You know what? I'm going to interrupt.
Okay.
You know what I love about the Scrappy Tail thighs? They're made in the USA.
Made in the USA. There you go.
Seriously, better quality. I'm not that there's, but they seem to not flex as much.
Yeah, it seems like they have a little bit more steel.
They have a little more foot around the outsides. Definitely, bravo, Scrappy Tails, made in the USA dyes.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. I've already been cutting and playing with them. They're a lot of
I
fun.
can see that. Yeah.
Okay, so for my top and bottom pieces, I want to give myself, I'm going to shave off about 1/8 of an inch from that score line there. So remember I said that's 4 inches. I'm going to take it down to 3 7/8. 3 7/8. These, I don't know what I'll do with. I'll set them aside because I'll probably find a good use for them later. I can even cut, since they have those lines in, I can make them the back pieces for sentiments, when you stack them. Okay, so 2 of those. And then we need our 2 going this way. So this was 5.5 inches, and I want to take off 1/8 of an inch. So I've got both of these stacked up. Go to 5.5, and then back it off 1/8 of an inch. And I can't see comments. I don't even know if anybody's here since we had all those technical difficulties.
Can John see comments on the screen?
Oh, John can see. Yay,
Do
John's
you need
here.
readers? Here. Here's some
Yes.
readers for you.
Scrappy Tells Crafter, yes.
Okay.
Thank you from somebody else.
Okay, so I've got my 2 long pieces, and I'm just going to accordion fold them real
I
quick.
posted a refresh. I expect to take 47. Joan Coleman, hello.
Hi. Thanks for joining us. So sorry about the technical difficulties.
I was just checking the sound to make sure you guys didn't sound like hell. You sound pretty good.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad that you can hear us. That's good. So I've got
It's only overhead.
1 of my side pieces. You see that? And that's what I was talking about, where you're going to have when it's closed up, it's going to look like a book. You see that? So let's accordion fold the rest of these real quick, and then I'll show you how to put them together, make that frame. And I did shave off about 1/8 of an inch because it grows on you a little bit. You know how when you're putting things together, sometimes they expand. This expands a little. So, and I also wanted a tiny bit of border. You know how when you're looking at a hardback book, you usually have a little bit extra. Your pages are protected with, so that's what we did.
Okay, so she's folding.
You got to come
And
in.
I know. So she's folding. So I stamped the little frogs with the toadstools because, as was already said, I was doing toadstools. And I did a partial die cut, and I'm going to cut it straight across. And that's going to be the bottom of my card to cover up my press here button.
All right. I thought you were doing mushrooms, not toadstools.
Well, aren't they the same? Mushrooms, toadstools, like
If
you
you
can
hate
eat them.
mushrooms, you can't eat those.
Are you sure you can eat toadstools?
I don't
In
know.
my world, you can.
Well, you can.
It's not good for
The
you.
after effects are not good.
Are you sure?
If you like your liver. But then again, I shouldn't drink either.
You know, past the point of the liver problem here.
All right. Now, if I could find my little gold delicata pad, I would take it and I
Is it in
would,
here?
no, I haven't uncovered it yet.
Okay.
I would take it and kind of hold this flat or squeeze together and then just rub it along the edges of all of these so that when you see it from the side,
Lefty
you have a
scissors?
gold. The red pair are right. These are ready.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so I have front and back of my book. I have 2 short pieces. They're going to go this way. And then I have 2 long pieces for the other side. So let's put those together. Now, you really only need a little bit of adhesive, like at the first and the last bit, but I'm going to make extra sure. And it also helps, I noticed, make your book a little bit flatter for mailing. So I'm just going to put, it does not need to be much. In fact, it really doesn't need to be anything in here. And so I've got my points coming in the same direction. Like they're coming towards me. You could have them going away, whatever, just make them the same. And then I'm going to accordion them. Can you see that? Okay, so accordion. And then just kind of work them together. And line those up as much as possible. Oops. There we go. You might want to use like an 80-pound cardstock for this. Of course, I grabbed like 110, but you know, that's life. Okay.
You wanted it sturdy.
Yeah, it's a sturdy book. It's a hefty book. This is going to be War and Peace. Not really. But okay, so we've got this. Now we need to do it again. Also, you guys definitely check out the blog hop because we have, I think there are 10 designers in the hop.
Wow.
And they have made some of the cutest cards, like seriously super cute stuff. Why am I not lining it up? Too much margarita already. Oh, there we go.
Is there such a thing?
Well, you know, only when you're live. All right, so here we go. And squeeze and kind of work those corners together. I'm hoping you can see it. Might want to flip on that light, baby. It's getting dark. All right. At least it looks kind of dark on my camera. Here we go. Oh.
Either way, it's just when you get closer to the camera because you don't have to keep it. So that
I'm
works
just gonna.
good if you're demoing easy lights.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just pinching here. Oh, and I need a little more glue here. And if you were using like a tape runner, you wouldn't need to pinch and hold for that long because, you know, they dry immediately. But I like wet glue. I have a thing for wet glue.
Are you using Barely or PVA?
This is PVA.
Awesome.
Is Barely PVA? Or is
No,
it different?
it's like a Elmer's type of. It dries really quick. You have a little wiggle time, and it seems to have good hold. From what I've seen so far.
Yeah, I haven't played with it yet because I have a giant gallon size refill of.
Don't lie. I saw the 50-gallon drum out back.
All right, so just gonna work this guy together here. And give it a pinch for a second, and I think I need to add glue on the back here. Yeah. I'm not worried about making sure all of these are exactly the same, but on the front, I want to make them in the same direction. So I had this on top and this on top, so this one's going to be on top too, and down. All right, last one, a little bit of glue. And then we're gonna just work them. Green?
I'm good. Just
All right.
you do you, girlfriend. I'm
All
over
right.
here playing around.
You guys have any fun plans for 4th of July? Is everybody here in the US or do we have overseas non-4th of July people? It was Canada Day yesterday?
Yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Happy Canada Day. Happy 4th of July.
Cordelia Alderman is here. She likes the title, Take 47.
Yes.
Well, that's because we had some technical difficulties. Okay.
Tana LaHoose is here. She says hi.
Hey, Tana. I hope you're feeling better. I know you were under the weather today.
Wow.
And
You guys
Artful
have to check out
Creations.
Tana's video. She made some super beautiful stuff. Artful Creations, is that
By Tracy.
Tracy? Okay. Hi, Tracy. I almost said Trudy.
She was asking, she's a little bit late. She's I just jumped on. Sorry. Good evening, everybody. What are we making?
We are making a storybook card, a book box card. I keep calling it storybook because we make this like a really pretty book. See how that's going to fit inside there?
And Mary's, over here just, playing around.
Yes, well, that's me too. So you can kind of see how we're doing that there. And then we'll add some decorative pieces, front and back. Make sure you cut two, because the back of your book should be pretty as well. Okay, so now we need the inside. And, here, let me just go ahead and glue these together real fast.
Marie Stewart says, yay, I finally found you.
Hi, Marie. Thanks for joining us.
And Lauren Z from Queen Lore Designs.
Hi,
Hey, that's Lauren. Hey, Lauren. How you
I
doing?
knew I was going to be here.
Oh, Mary's here. She brought margaritas.
Fruit salad.
Fruit salad. If you guys didn't see the dad challenge last week, it was really funny. Instead of me in the hot seat, it was Micah. And it was Micah and Tom Krupski and Tim Wiskman and Daniel West. I was drawing a blank. Daniel West. And it was the dads. The dads made cards. Micah made a cool spaceship card. He made a spaceship card with Gina K stamps. And if you guys know Gina K, it's all flowers. But he managed to turn it into a spaceship.
I would expect nothing less, honestly.
All right, so you can see how this is gonna come together, right? Isn't that cool? And
If you
it'll
really think
fold
about
flat.
it, everything can be a spaceship.
Yes, it'll fold flat, so you can put it in an envelope. It's a little bit wide this way, so I put mine into, I think it was an A6 envelope, the one that I made for my niece. But test and see, especially if you use a thinner paper. Actually, what size is that? That ends up being 4.5 inches. So as long as your envelope is at least 4.5 inches wide by 5.5 tall, you're good. Okay, so let's put some pattern paper behind it and some lights. What time are we at?
We're at 5:30.
5:30. All right.
Chasey Abrams says hello.
Hi,
I'm
Tracy.
going to get through this
Did
point.
you say Tracy? Hi, Tracy. Okay. Pattern paper. Since my fairy is pink, I want to. Actually, I need this.
You can push me out of the way if you need to.
Oh. All right, sorry guys, I'm coming. Promise. Let's leaf through my papers here and find something that will be a nice neutral background. A map. Oh, it's not a map. There's one. I know. Okay, let's use galaxy paper. Let's use a soft, pretty little galaxy paper. I was going to use more paper like that, but I couldn't find it in there. So it's kind of like a book paper. So, galaxy paper. Have a little dish handy for your tiny pieces, because it keeps track of them for you. And then this is a 6x6 pad from Rabbit Hole. Just plugging you over there.
Okay.
Let's see here. There's a pretty pink one, but I think she'll get lost on that. Purple's nice. What about the green? What do you think? That one too.
Blue one.
Blue? Oh, I also have, what is this one? I think this one. And then we'll cut out a moon. All right. There we go. Of course I'm making a mess. When you do this, I'm sure you won't make the mess that
I am
I'm
beyond this over here.
I'm gonna hand these over to Micah. One more. Okay, so we'll use that. And then I just need to cut a piece for the back up here. Actually, will you grab me one more of these, please? Thank you. So my window is actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll cut it to like 3 and 3¾ No. Well, that works too. I might need one more.
Good.
Listen, when you're working, you're working. Sure, Micah's gonna give me all the galaxy papers. Okay, and then we'll cut it to, what did I say this was? 5. Cut it to,
The world's fastest coloring.
all right. There we go. There's room behind it, so I can do that. Okay. I am also going to cut, this one I'll be more precise with. So I'm going to measure. We have 4 inches by 5½. So 4 inches to the fold by 5½. So I'm going to cut it 1/8 inch shorter. And I need 1, 2, and not for the back. So 2 more. These 2 will be fine. Carrie goes there so I don't lose her.
Heather's here.
Yay! Hey, Heather. You should have come out and joined us. I'm standing on my new floor from Ferguson Flooring.
Oh, I got a dry carpet. I need to go to a different color.
Okay. Hey, will you put it in the center for me? That's how I keep it.
Yes.
Thank you. 4, what did I say? It was, I lost track. 4
Sorry.
inches by 5½. No problem. So 4 inches, I'm going to back it off 1/8 inch. And I'm going to not discard those because I want some little pieces for the side too. And then 5½, but I'll back it off 1/8 inch. So really 5 3/4. And then on the front, I have a little bit of a frame, and then that looks pretty good. So we'll do that.
Kirsten likes what's going on. She says it's so pretty already.
Okay.
And Heather says that before you sign off, you should give it to her in the craft.
Oh, I don't. I am not going to be able to change camera.
No, just take that one off.
Yeah, no.
We can wing it.
Okay, so these each
Says the
half
guy
of
who's right.
the spine is 1/2 inch, and it's 5½ inches tall. So I'll set these guys aside, and then the pieces that I had moved off to the side, I'm going to cut.
Kind of figured.
I want to make it 3/8 inch. Let's see, 3/8 inch.
You can, if you use OBS Studio, you just like.
And
relay it
then
over this,
another
and
piece
then
that is
you can-
3/8
there's, like,
inch.
little tiles in here. Each one can be like a different camera, and then you can put on like.
And then 5 3/8. 1, 2,
So you can even
3.
hook it up to number 1.
Am I on the camera still? Sorry. Here we go. You boys are closer to the microphone. Okay.
We have more important things to say.
Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, so you see these guys? We have a little bit of a decorative piece, still with that little frame, just like these guys. It's gonna match up like that. Okay, and then we have one for our background. Maybe I do want one for the back. Can you pull out another piece of space paper for me, please, at some point? All right, so I'm gonna set these aside. This guy is gonna go here, and I'm gonna add lights. So I want to light up the moon, The moon. Yes. Sure. There's the moon in the coordinating dies. This guy. So I'm going to cut him out. I need to transfer these to magnet sheets. Haven't done that yet. So busy. These are great dies, you guys. This is a really cool set. And if you want the coordinating dies, Sabrina has a combo with the stamps and dies, and I think it's a little discounted than buying them separately. So that's nice.
Can I post links in the chat?
Yeah, in the description. I think you have to post links in the description. Scrappytales.com, and then I'm using the storybook die and the fairy friends. And you're gonna have to do it because Sabrina can't.
Man,
All right. So this die I haven't used yet, so it has little teeth still on it, and I'm going to show you. This is like a jeweler's trick. Don't sue me if you hurt yourself, and don't hurt yourself. But cut close to the edge there.
And pierce your finger
And
with a little bit.
Hold your finger fairly close. I'm not poking it in, but I'm not giving myself a gap. If you give yourself a gap, it'll shoot off into it. But if you're holding it, it goes right there, and it's not in my finger, and that doesn't hurt at all. So I'm just letting you know you can do that. Rather than if I did this, that little piece would shoot off into Micah's eye.
Safety
Well, that
spoons.
wouldn't be good.
Yeah, so.
This is the cloud frame cover.
No. I'm using the book box die. And I'm going to do this over the trash can for the rest. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right, so I've got my little moon here. I think I want it to live right there. I'm going to put a fairy down here, I think, and a sentiment here. So the sentiment says, life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. I think I'm going to emboss that now. Actually, I'll die cut first and then emboss. And I want to make sure I give myself enough room. And then I got some of my heavy tape. This is just a low tack Post-it tape.
Fairy friends.
Yes, fairy friends. There's a stamp and die bundle. Okay, I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine off screen. Oops. After I drop it on. I taped it in this. Hear that cracking? I need to switch back to my iPad. Okay. There we go. And then we need some vellum behind it. A little folder with vellum. Since you can see through it, I'm give myself a little outline.
Does the storybook frame fold flat for mailing? How do you mail it?
It does. It squishes down. It's not super flat, but as long as you can get it under 1/4 of an inch. So I used 110-pound paper. If you go with something thinner, like 80-pound, it'll squish down flatter. But even this would go through. Once in the US, if you go over 1/4 inch thick, then it becomes a package and it'll cost you more for mail. So go with thinner paper if you're going to mail it.
You might be able to avoid that if you write, if you get a non-meter stamp on it,
Oh, yeah.
and then they hand meter it, so they hand cancel it and don't put it through the machine, and then you can blame them. So that's just a little mailing hack there. Not that I'm trying to cheat the government. Please don't report me. I don't need like Men in Black to show up at my door. So,
Yes.
okay, I'm ready. So you're gonna, when you get ready
Oh,
to
here,
do,
go ahead.
no,
gonna do
no,
Belmont.
you're gonna help me assemble my card now that I'm done
For lights, you mean?
for lights.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's got her vellum on there. So I ink blended my panel. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. I ink blended my panel. I drew some little stars with their Pear Blossom Press white gel pen. And then I crudely colored my little scene, and then I partial die cut so that I could have a border for the background. So there we go. And they're going to go like that. There we go.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right. And then Amanda's going to help with the assembly on mine as well. So it's most of the way done. So.
Got some gold embossing powder. Actually, I think I'll use white. I don't know why. I grabbed gold. Okay. So we'll line up in the misty.
Oh, look at you go with that.
We're going to add lights behind it. But I want to stamp my sentiment first.
I'm going to glue my panel to the front because this is just going to sit right here, and then everything will go behind it.
Okay.
So I'm good for that.
All right.
I need some glue.
My embossing tool. And Versamark ink.
Please don't come out a big clump. Please don't come out a big clump. Okay, that's not going to work because it's going to come out a big clump, and I'm going to shoot glue all over your Barbie craft room.
It'll be okay.
That's what it's made for.
Not really.
Okay.
Never PDA.
So white embossing powder. I keep this. I have like a little 2-drawer unit from Deflecto.
I saw that.
Yeah, this is a tip from Mary Polanco. She says use your most common powders in something big enough that's a drawer, and you can get little thin drawers. But I like this Deflecto one because I used to keep my Copics and I stack them all together. And I just have I have my clear and my white. I don't use the clear that much. I used to though. But I keep a clear spoon or a white spoon, and then I know which one I'm grabbing. Plus, I put the label from the package on the side. Okay, so my heat gun is going to heat up real quick. There we go.
Down, 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 little froggies, down. Okay. The frogs have been mounted to the background.
Good frogs.
Sue Abel is here. She says, hello,
Sue.
Pear Blossom Press, and everybody else. Yeah, not you.
Hi, Sue. I'm Amanda. Mary's here joining me. Mary from Rabbit Hole Designs. All right. So we've got that mounted. Okay, so a quick little tip. This isn't bad at all, and I'm not going to mess with it, but if you, especially on thin paper like pattern paper, if you heat the sentiment and it warps, what you can do is flip it over, take your mister, your water, and lightly mist it, like it's strong perfume. Like spray it and wash your card into it, so you just get a little bit. Then lay it down flat.
Lay something on top of
And
it.
lay something flat on top of it, something like your Misty is nice and heavy. And then let it dry. Now,
So the last little tip I got, that's great. I got the same tip, was to put a piece of cardstock on top of the misted piece to help break out the
Absorb.
moisture and hold it down.
yeah, and that's cardstock or copy paper, something light. If you use a paper towel, you'll impress the
Hey, this
pattern.
tape is sticky.
Yes.
I just totally
Okay.
destroyed your package. Just, you know.
That's okay. We did that last week.
It's the only way.
Okay, so you see that'll go behind. Now I need to elevate it because I'm going to put my lights
Oh, the
here.
package? Yeah.
And see how they're, this is one of my,
You get a blue one.
this is what happens when you own the company. You get to play with all the seconds instead of like sending them out to customers, you play with them. And one of my 3 lights, I'm not sure if it'll show up on the camera.
It does, you can see.
is blue. It's a white light, and
Okay. You can send it to me so then I can stop buying it from my own company.
the ones that you get will all have warm white, not a cool white. We specifically chose warm white just for a lot of reasons, but
Ambiance.
yeah, I like warm white. However, this one has a cool white light in there too, so it didn't pass inspection. And you can see if I put this down flat and press the button, I'll just get hot spots. And nobody wants just hot spots, right? So I am going to elevate this a little bit, but I need a pencil. And I'm going to mark where I want the lights to kind of live. Actually,
No halo light, huh? No.
I
Oh,
didn't-
that's right. You're using that one. So
yeah, I'm using the 3.
I'm
Might
staying
be a
around
little
lane over
small,
here.
too.
I think Tana used a halo light in hers. Actually, I'm not sure.
All right, so you're able is a fan of rabbit hole stamps.
Woohoo!
Love your designs.
Oh, thank you. But I'm actually really loving this little fairy and frogs and mushrooms because we eat mushrooms. We don't eat toadstools.
That's right.
So
Okay, so I'm actually going to trim this a little bit smaller because I want it to be elevated. Remember those hot spots I was talking about? If this is down flat, we'll get hot spots of light. If we lift it up a little bit, that will create a box and it'll leave room for the light to bounce around before it comes through the vellum. So I'm going to trim this a little bit more so that I can slide it into one of these grooves here. So, trimmer. And I'm kind of winging it here because I didn't add lights to the first one that I made. It was so pretty on its own. I just didn't.
some cards don't need all the
Yeah. So I just need to get it. I'm going to start by taking off.
I'm having to struggle as real with this tape. It's really sticky stuff. Okay, so trying to keep it in line here.
Did you see me trying to make my crosshairs? It was sticking to everything. I'm surprised it wasn't on my forehead by the end of the video.
You could have given yourself a tape tattoo or use it to wax your arms.
I think I got some hairs on my knuckles.
So I have a 4.5 inch opening this way. So I want to make sure I'm a little bit more than 4.5 inches. So like 4 1/8. Oh, I'm pretty much there. Yeah, so I can shove that in between. And then I have my gap here is 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 exactly. So I want more than 3 inches.
Jana says she's feeling better. She's better
Oh,
to watching
awesome.
all the rest of the videos.
Well, she took her medication on an empty stomach, so I hate to say, poor girl was like not feeling well, like 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so I have made a basic frame around my panel to help Amanda get started with placing my lights. It's really easy peasy. I could just do it myself.
Yeah, you know how to do this. It's not like I haven't done it before.
Stick the turbo tape down. All right, which lights are mine? Oh, they're right here. Okay.
Yeah, I gave Mary the good lights.
Dang it. I wanted if you give me a bad light, I could have said that was why my card turned out so subpar because this is like last minute.
No.
Darn it. Oh, I have to glue it down. There's no stick-em on it already.
Yeah.
Did you like that? How those were?
Yes. I gotta stop buying
We
them.
did it as, yeah, it kind of was a market test.
Okay, so my thing is gonna go.
Yeah, stop doing that.
right
It's costing me lots of money.
But to make them worse, so so you don't use them as much.
Yeah, well, Okay, so let's get some.
Okay, in reality, do this part before you glue the little pieces together, But I like to live
That's
on the
reality.
edge and make it up as I go. All right, now I don't need
Use the baby scissors here because let's do.
Okay. All right, something like that. And now you can see there's a gap. Can you see that? There's a gap. So when we have our lights kind of spread out behind it,
Sort of.
it'll make the whole thing good. Okay, so those pencil marks, those are where I'm going to tape my lights. And I'm just using regular old Scotch tape. Washi tape works too. Whatever you want. It doesn't.
I build mine backwards. I'm taping my lights to the front panel.
All right.
So that's what works for me. I'm also not going through that one. So
I think I'm actually going to flip my light over and give it, like tape it to the back. Let's see how that looks. All right, the one weird white one is in the center. And then I'll have the warmer whites at the top and the bottom. And there is a little yellow dot, which is your light. And if you flip it over, it's kind of the back of it. And the light kind of wants to travel down or sideways. So I'm going to make mine kind of flipped over sideways so it travels in the other direction. Now, before I tape the rest down, let's test. All right. I think it looks kind of cool. Oh, I'm not on screen. How's that? I think I want one more piece of vellum on top of this.
Tracy and Sue both are saving their easy lights for special cards, whereas I think they should use them on every card.
use those easy lights, people. Use them. You can buy more. Trust me, they are a serious, serious addiction. Take it from somebody who has had more than her share. We like them.
There we go. That softens it up a little bit more. So I just grabbed a scrap of vellum. You know, that's why it's a weird random shape. But that's why we keep scraps, right?
Yes.
So that softens up that one weird white light a little bit more. And I'm going to take these, loop them around. And I haven't actually decided where my button's going to go yet, but I do, because of the thickness here, I want to make sure that it's up a little bit higher.
I know where my button's going to go.
Okay.
I already did it. I'm past that point now.
She's way ahead of me.
Yeah, sort of.
All right. So
Can't guarantee it's going to work, though.
Is now a good time for me to pitch our friendly payment plans for easy lights?
no, we're not doing that. Silly. Okay.
You guys take payment plans? John, get the credit card.
Where's my button? Oh, here it is.
And
Alright.
one more. Let's just meet this note. Right
Oh.
there.
This one needs to move up just a smidge.
Mine's freewheeling here. I don't even know where they're at on the panel. They're just going. Like, this one's going to go here.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to tuck in my strings. Tuck them all down.
Normally I use regular tape, but I use foam tape.
Use the heavy tape.
No, this is
Oh, that's not
single
heavy?
thin tape.
Oh,
Just because it's handy. I grabbed it. It's going to elevate my button a little bit. Normally I don't try to elevate it too much, but since my paper, my book box is a little bit thicker because I use thicker paper, I don't care. It works good. And then that way, there's room there. There's my button. So, the mark on my paper where the actual button goes. I'm just going to make a little pencil mark so that I can see it. And I should have stamped that first. But, you know,
should have.
it's live. Live.
It's alive. Oh, I think we should wear it on my python.
Yeah. All right. I could take it back out, but then I'll lose it. So I'm going to use this guy here. There is a push and a press, but I'm going to use push. Push it is.
Totally destroyed your packaging.
What's your back?
Yeah. Okay, and I
Let's see if I can actually make that work. I think I am going to have to take this paper out. Good thing I didn't glue it down yet. Oh, I know.
just use a little mini, yeah, use the end of it. Like this.
Yeah, okay. Then I have to actually stamp right. Do you know how long it's been since I've stamped without my Misty?
Really? I do it all the time.
I never. Well, not never, but almost never. All right, I'll do it for realies, the old school way.
The double-sided, just thin tape, star tape.
I don't know. It was here.
I go
Micah
with
ate it?
No.
the thin.
It's
Tear tape. It
Oh.
says soup wing on it. Soup wing.
Sorry, guys. Technical
I don't know.
difficulties, and then
That
not
yellow
enough
stuff?
space.
No, that's different.
That's white.
Oh, I have it. I covered
Okay.
that.
All right.
It was me. Sorry.
Okay. So push and embossing tool and Versamark. All right. Wish me luck. All right. One and done. That's all we're doing. There's no lining it up a second time without the Misty. Oh man, how am I going to do this? Oh, I did it. I knocked it up. Okay.
Improvise.
Extra powder, you know. Okay. Now let me make sure it's actually in the right place again, since I moved it. Yay! Okay, glue this puppy down. PVA glue. And I'm gonna add a little bit of glue in the corner to lock that panel down so it doesn't move around on me. Because I want it to stay where it is. And then now, to glue it inside the card, just adding glue around the edges here. And the card, Amanda. There we go. Card bases are in the front.
No, those are, I don't think there's.
Oh, I don't have the white ones.
The thing. You want me to pre-cut?
No, not white.
Oh, okay.
The white paper is up in this one.
Okay. Got it.
All right.
Recover.
Okay. There we go. And then now we'll decorate. Okay. There we go. I think she's pretty there.
Her toes get smashed.
Her toes will not get smashed. We'll put her up a little bit higher.
I hate it when my toes get smashed.
All right, so I'm just adding glue to the side of her wings and the bottom of her feet. Our friend Melissa is joining us. She had eye surgery today.
Oh, how is she here? Oh,
Okay.
don't look at my card. It's awful.
Oops. I keep losing the button. There we go. I don't think I like it on foam tape. Oh, that's what it is. I'm not.
You missed.
My push button is not actually over the button. Close enough. All right. Now the front and this inside here. Let's glue these in place. Am I on screen?
Yeah.
Mostly, hopefully. You guys have plans for the fort? I think I started to ask that at one point in the other live, but I may not have been live anymore. And then this guy, I'm not going to add a sentiment to the front. What time is it?
6:03.
Oh, we're over the hour. Sorry, guys.
We're almost out of batteries too.
Almost out of batteries. What are you talking about? With power.
No, there's it.
Well, there should be.
Not yet.
There we go. And then remember our little binding strips.
Lauren says you can blame the misplacement on the fruit salad.
Yes, I
No,
wish.
no, it was on technical errors. I'm glad about
Yeah,
that.
I'm going with technical errors
It
because
was
that's better
technical.
than can't handle your fruit salad.
It was not a fruit salad issue. It was technical. So
One of these days, I'm actually going to get it down, and then I'll just be nervous, but not like nervous and not doing it right. One of these days. Not today, but soon. Thanks for sticking it out with me.
I'm ready to put this down. The other thing that won't be on mine is the push button, but I know I could write that in on with the gel pen.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I want one more. Oh, you did cut that out. Okay, let me cut one more piece for the back. What did I see the dimensions for?
Those ones.
4 by 5.5, and then step it back. Step it back. I'm cutting off that green, even though it's beautiful.
Oh,
5
I
and
find a way to use that. Front of the card, on the added return address label.
well, I'll use it on something at some point. Or Micah will make another spaceship.
Oh, there's always that.
That way.
The next card I make is going to fly.
It's gonna fly. Hey, we should make
I
those
believe
little
I can fly.
spinner doodads. You remember those ones where you, what were they? Beyblade or something like that? You
Yes.
pull the string and then it launches?
They went everywhere.
Yeah, that would be fun. We should do.
Okay, so my little press thing is underneath my toadstool, my
Oh,
frog's butt.
push his butt.
You have to push his butt.
Push
Push
his
his press here with an
buttons.
arrow. Like it's under his butt is full on under his bottom.
You can say press here for surprise.
Yeah.
Pull my finger.
Pull my, oh,
No,
that's a
don't
good
pull
one
my
too. Okay, I managed to get that fairly lined up.
Good job. She's
I
done.
know, I'm
gonna-
done.
Here, put it
All right,
under the
let's
camera.
see. Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately it's underneath the frog's bottom, but there we go. And
Yay!
it's lit up.
Totally awesome.
There we go.
Looks good.
Good job.
That's the on the fly crafting for me. Don't make me do that again.
She'll be here next week. Hey, we should do some lives for Rabbit Hole too.
Oh, we should have guy lives.
Corin's here.
Hey, Corin. That was kind of
Jinx.
weird. How is she feeling? Corin, well, she probably won't put it out there. Corin, I hope you're feeling better. Ooh, I love that paper.
Doesn't that look cool?
I know. It's like it was made to go with these dies.
I know.
Amanda and Mary, are you guys on the West Coast?
Yes.
It's
Wow.
still daylight. What time did you say it was?
Yeah.
5 something?
6 o'clock.
It's
6
6:06. But technically we haven't been live that long.
Corin says, buy me a Coke.
I can do that. We shipping it to her?
Sure.
Okay.
Probably would be easier to just send her Instacart money than mailing 12 ounces of.
I know, but I can mail her things too. Things that I want her
Oh, yeah.
to look at.
She says she's much better. Thank you.
Good. Good. We sent the thoughts. Okay.
Okay. I think he needs a sentiment underneath him. A die cut sentiment. They're still good to my glue.
Oh,
He's gonna.
I can't do selfies. Why can't I do selfies?
There is foam tape somewhere. Here, I'm using the skinny stuff.
I like that. It's really thin, micro thin.
I think I
There's
just
no
got it
name
on
on it.
Amazon. Just checking to see. I think it's just Amazon. Amazon had a really good one with release paper that came off super simple, and then I bought it again and it didn't. So that kind of was not so much fun. Although the release paper on my double thick tape doesn't come off as easy as it used to. It's prettier now. All right, he's gonna get a little sentiment underneath him. Let me grab some and we'll see what our options are. Sabrina has a ton of really cool word dies as well. I don't think I have any in this stack, no. And we're gonna put butterflies maybe here and there. Maybe here. I don't know what we're putting the butterflies. Maybe here. Right, kind of sort of near the sentiment. There, I like that. Okay, word dice, real fast. And then we'll be done. I'm gonna grab a selection. Congratulations. Awesome. I have magical.
Magical.
Magical. Are we making it a birthday card? I could put happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday works. You're magical.
Celebrate. Make a wish.
Make a wish.
Ooh, I have make a wish already cut from gold cardstock in here.
Oh, it was meant to be. You knew that from the get-go. You just
Look at that. Yeah, we're gonna make a wish. That's why you tuck your extra pieces into your stamp pocket so that later on a live video, when you're doing it on the
They
fly,
just fall out into place. On your
it comes out magically.
it's just right there and ready to go.
This is a Karen Burniston die set, by the way. If you need a,
Oh, I love her stuff.
I like that she does her tittles connected to her
what?
He doesn't. Yeah,
like the dot on your eye or your J.
Oh,
They're connected. Check out the eye on Wish. There we go.
no
You
hunting
see?
for your dot.
Yeah, because if that dot cuts out separately, sometimes you have to.
I lost a P earlier this week
Oh.
because it wasn't like connected the right way.
Tracy's wondering if you could use the accordion die to cut a frame to place over the accordion part.
Oh yeah, totally, absolutely. You could definitely decorate that more. I was actually thinking one of these around the edges, but I didn't really actually plan it out. I spent 4 hours in traffic today, guys. Sorry. No, it's fine. I also
Okay, I'm slipping in here. So look, I hand lettered the word press down here and with a little arrow to the frog's bottom, and look. Okay, hold it. There we go. The frog's bottom. We're good. Okay.
All right.
Hmm?
Yeah, dude, you were
Oh,
kind
I
of
was
too far up.
Okay,
There you go,
so
perfect.
the word press is here, the little arrow, and then here's the frog's bottom where we're gonna just press. There we go. So touch the frog's bottom and you will see lights.
Don't like the frog.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
we're already eating toadstools and mushrooms, so.
Here's my storybook.
Tim's here.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim. No penguins and human butts for you today, but
All right. All right. So, playing with Scrappy
Whoa.
Tails. There we go. 2 light up cards. What do you guys think?
make them both light up.
Okay. Oh, press the frog's bottom. There's
Press
a
his-
button.
There it is. Press his butt.
Keep pressing his button. Oh, all right. There we go. Yay! Thanks for joining us, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties and, all the things that life throws at us. We are going to finish the rest of our margarita pouches.
Going to finish?
Oh, Mary's done. She's going to start on her second one, and I'm going to finish mine. And I hope you guys have a safe and awesome, fantastic 4th of July. do lots of fun things. Oh, real quick. On the blog, we started Christmas in July. I've got some 3D pop-up cards. I've got some really cool, like, no-line coloring ones. And tomorrow, I'll show you that one. And then Dad, I have the Dad jokes book here. Just remember, if you didn't catch the Dad Challenge, it's over on Corin's channel. It was lots of fun. And there is a little surprise for you guys that's good until the 3rd, which is tomorrow. So anyhow, check that out too.
Credit card time. I know that's
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye. Happy 4th of July.
There we go.